Hi everyone, welcome back to BB's Customs. I'm Rich, and today I'm going to show you how we got it to look like this.
Shut up and sit down.
Okay, so we are now back to red. It is a slightly different red to what I was planning on in the first place. The last time I did this, we had the silver base coat and then the clear red on top, the candy red. Unfortunately, due to time and money, mainly money, I couldn't get the same paint as what I did last time. So what we have now is C46 sparkling red, which is basically almost like a red clear but with the silver flake in the paint already. So it's fundamentally going to have a very similar finish. You won't have the depth, but you'll still have a nice like sparkly shiny red. So that's where we're at with that. I've got some new decals turning up very shortly. They will be put on in this video, don't panic. I just need to wait for this to cure for a bit because it's still very wet, and then we'll go over it with or let's say 1200, a minimum of 1200 grit wet and dry, just to take it back. We'll put another coat on just to try and give it some extra depth, slap the decals on, and then have another go, fingers crossed, at putting this little extra BB001 on there, just to say that, you know, it's from this channel. You know, in a couple hundred years it might be worth something, you don't know. So yes, we'll leave that as it is. I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea, and then when I come back we'll carry on. Okay guys, this time went so much better than the last time. The paint I used, I did quickly show it. is actually a model paint. It's a Tamiya acrylic paint, so you just brush it on. It's chrome silver, so when it's set, it's got the same sort of finish as what the silver is for the wing in the Honda logo. So let's have a little look. And there we go. I think that came out pretty well, to be honest. Better than I thought it would, to be fair. Now, I have changed the position, which was the suggestion of, let's get that back on there so it doesn't fall off. There we go. So I have changed the position of it. It was, if you remember, across the top, it was quite large. One of you suggested, who was it? The YouTube name was Me, My Bike and I. We talk quite a lot on YouTube, actually, to be fair. And he made the suggestion of moving it underneath the logo to make it a bit less imposing. And after thinking about it for a bit, I thought, you know, he's actually really right with that. So there we go, suggestion taken. It's in the new position. I think it works really well. But now we are in no man's land again. We are moving forwards, and next job is clear coat. This is the clear coat I've got to do it in. It is a 2K clear coat. So when this is on and it's set, it will be petrol resistant. It'll have the same sort of properties as what an out the shop manufacturer motorbike paint job will have. It's got a little extra nozzle underneath, so this is actually two parts inside here. And what we're going to do is take this red cap off of here, press it against that, give it a really good shake, and that will activate I forgot the technical term in, but it'll basically mix it all up and get it ready for painting. If you use this, once you've mixed it, you've only got about 24 hours to empty this can before it's useless. So don't do it too early. There are loads of instructions on the back. I won't go through them all. If I get that up there, so you can see, there's loads of instructions on the back to show you the best way to use this. So I will put a link up. Everything you've seen in this video, there'll be a link in the bottom of the description in case you want to try it yourself. I'm just going to play it safe and give this another half an hour or so, maybe even an hour to fully set, particularly the silver on the side, and then we'll get this going. Okay, so that's the first coat of 2K clear on. Let that set for 20 minutes, come back, check it, and then put another coat on. I'm probably going to put maybe 4 coats on, because I want it to be nice and thick, so you get a deep shine on it. I probably will do some sanding prep work on it at some point as well. I'll let you know when I do that, but for now, we're just going to leave it alone so it can do its thing. Okay guys, so the clear coat is now on. It's the final coat, so there is now, how many was there? I think there's 5 coats on this now. I managed to get out of that one can. What I've got now is this beautiful lovely sheen all over it, but if you get it in the right light, some patches have just got a little bit of orange peel sort of appearing on there. It's nothing drastic, it's nothing which isn't fixable. We can sand that back and buff it up once this is fully cured. I want this to just sit here and do nothing now for probably the rest of the day. Give it the rest of the day and all night, come back to it tomorrow, and then fingers crossed we'll be able to just go over it with probably starting off with 1200 grit, fully wet sand it, make it all nice and matte, and then go over it with 15, then up to 2000, maybe even go all the way up to 3000, and then get on it with some polish and a chamois leather, and just gently build it up with different grades of polish until you will, fingers crossed, we should end up with this lovely like clear glass, sort of lovely smoothness going all over it. So much better result than last time. I'm incredibly happy with how this is looking. We shall come back to that later on. I just want to quickly show you some little bits I've been doing on the bike whilst I've been playing around with this. I couldn't do anything drastic because obviously I don't want to generate any dust in here. It's hard enough to keep this thing dust free as it is. So we'll just have a quick look and then we'll call it a day for today. No we won't. No we won't. We're going to keep this going. I'm going to get this on. Ignore that. Okay, so the other bits we've got on here at the moment, we now have some nice little bar end mirrors. See, there we are. Hello. We have the grips fitted. I need to, so in here there's a little bit of a gap. I need to just bring these on a bit just to clear that, just to clean that up. I then move the switch gear over so that that's all nice and neat. Same on the other side, just over there. And if I come around the front, the body of the headlight is now attached. I made up some spacers to go in here so I could use the existing bracketry there. Indicators are on. This is semi-on. I just need to put the fixing hole in. If you remember at one of the very first episodes I kept the parking light. I just need to pop a little hole in the back of the reflector dish so that can go in. Then that will be on all nice and lovely. So yeah, we are definitely getting there. Once the tank is on, technically I could take it for an MOT. So yeah, we are currently in a really good position. I'm liking this. I'm going to come back tomorrow, clean up all of this, make it look lovely, put it on the bike, put some fuel in it, and then we might be sneaky and take it for a little spin. Okay, so tank's back on the bike. It's looking really smart. I love the colour. Now that it's back on, I think it goes well with the rest of the bike, with the brown of the seat, the brown of the grips, and the wrap. I think it all works well. So I'm not going to polish it yet because basically I don't want to rush the drying of the lacquer. Lacquer can take an awful long time to dry. This has only had 24 hours, so I'm going to give it a few more days at least before I bother tackling that. What I am going to do is sort out finishing the headlight, put the hole in for the pipe for the parking light to go through. We are going to sort out welding the tabs on to hold the rear brake, the brake line, not the line, the wire in place so that's not flapping around anymore, and just spend some time tying up some loose ends. So we do the headlight first and then move on to see what we get onto next. Okay, so this is the reflector dish for the light. All I've done is taken it out of the main housing here. They're held in with these horrible, nasty little clips. I'll show you how these work when I put it all back in. Pliers are a must unless you like losing thumbnails, but we'll cover that later. What we need to do is pop a hole in here somewhere to allow the grommet of the parking light to be sat in there. I have that here. So that is this little bit here, saved from the old light. I'll get my verniers and we'll just see what diameter that is. We are looking for the diameter inside of there, which is about, without crushing it, about 14 mil. Now unfortunately I don't have a drill which is 14 mil diameter, so we're going to have to drill it as big as I can and then gently file it out until that fits. Ta-da! So, we're going to put that in there like that. So the pilot light is going to be, or the parking light even, is in between the two tabs at the bottom. These are the screws which hold the housing into the main body, so these are at the bottom, which is roughly where I want them to be. Now these clips, these horrible things here, these are supposed to hook in, one under there like that, and then the other one with some pliers. You need to grip that here. Don't know how well you can see that. Let me zoom you in a bit. Okay, so we're going to hook this bit first under the lip of the housing, and then hold that there like that. How well can you see that? Like that. And then you can either with your thumbs hook that in like there. That's that one in. I'm going to turn it all the way around, making sure that we are central to everything, because these do have a habit of pushing things offline. Do the same on this side. But this one's going to be a little snugger because this clip is pushing the whole thing that way. So we need to push that back. So here come the pliers. Hook that in there like that. So now, I mean, that's not going to fall out like that. That'll be alright. Just going to make sure that everything's lining up. So this needs to turn a little. Like that. A little bit the other way. Like that. Yes. Clip on this side. In like that. And then the last one just on there. Like that. Okay. Let's plug it in, get it screwed in, and then just check that everything works as it should. Okay, so pilot light, keep calling it that, parking light, goes into the little grommet we just put in there, like that. Main headlight switch, the wiring system plugs onto there, and then we are just going to tease all of this into here. Wait for the click, like that. Just need to turn it a little because the screw holes aren't quite lined up. Like that. One. Two. Okay, so ignition on. Lights. We want parking light. Hooray! And then main beam, low beam. Perfect. Another job ticked off. Okay, so there you go. Now we are looking like this. We are looking very good. I'm very happy with how this has all gone. The cable on the back I've just taped in place for now, just until I find some time to make some proper brackets for it. But we are going to take it for its first little spin around my little car parking area here, because it's not taxed yet, so I can't take it on the road. I have a feeling that it's going to need possibly a rejet in the car, because I've not done that yet. I've only really revved it up in the shed, so I don't really know. So we'll see how it feels, see how it goes, and then make a decision from there. So there you have it. She's up, she's running. I'm going to get her booked in for MOT. I may replace the clutch because, I don't know, it feels like it might be slipping a little bit. So I'll put new clutch plates in, new fresh oil. I don't think the jet needs doing, to be fair. I won't really know until it gets a bit of a run, and then we can check what colour the spark plugs are. But we are so very close to being finished. I think it'll go through its MOT no problem, and then when it does, we'll take it for a proper ride. That's going to be it for today. Thanks very much for your support. I hope you've liked the series throughout, and hopefully the next time you see this,